Worms were raining from the sky in China. Researchers discover a potential way to treat nut allergies. And a man is suing Buffalo Wild Wings, claiming their boneless wings are actually chicken nuggets. These are the weird stories for Tuesday on Weird AF News, the only daily weird news podcast in the galaxy. I have 3 weird news segments from all around the world for you. Let's do it. Worms rain from the sky in China. Residents from the Chinese province of Liaoning rushed to find shelter after it appeared it was raining worms. Worms. It's raining worms. Hallelujah. It's raining worms. I'm gonna fish. A viral clip shows this area in China, which I think I pronounced correctly, Liaoning. So I just want to take credit for not screwing that up, as I usually do. So this area was pelted with very small worms. They were splattering all over the cars. They were splattering on surrounding roads. No doubt they were ruining everybody's Air Jordans. You know, when it rains worms, it'll ruin your Air Jordans. Nothing to fear there, though, because I believe the Air Jordans are made in Liaoning, so they can get them for cheap over there. Residents were seen using umbrellas. It was raining so many worms. They were using umbrellas to take cover as they attempted to continue with their daily routines. Thousands of these worms were seen covering the cars, piling up in the gutters. Ew, disgusting. The whole neighborhood just walking around with worm guts on their footwear, bringing the worm guts inside stores, inside their residences. While the cause of these slimy creature calamities have yet to be uncovered, the scientific journal known as Mother Nature Network suggested that these worms were dropped after being swept up by the heavy winds. Well, I don't know where they got that idea. The worms being swept up by heavy winds and then dropped down. Man, they get paid a lot over there at that scientific journal, and deservedly so. I would have guessed that the worms were pooped out from a giant worm god from up above. I thought the worms were slingshot from some sort of giant worm creature that was on Mars. Now, it has previously been reported that this type of occurrence has been witnessed before in the past. It can happen after insects are caught up in a whirlpool and dumped during storms. In 2015, several hundred earthworms rained down on the mountains in Norway. It was thought that they were lifted from the ground by upcurrents of winds, possibly a tornado. A worm tornado. Sounds like a feature film. These worms were swept up in a tornado and then deposited on top of ice many miles away from their original resting place, they say. The worms may, according to meteorologists, have been in the upper atmosphere, almost space worms. Oh, another idea for a movie. Space worms. Another theory suggests the worms in China were actually popular flowers. A tulip tree blossoms, and the blossoms sort of resemble worms. Well, I mean, shouldn't you get to the bottom of that? That seems rudimentary. Before we tell the world it's worms, why not, I don't know, bend down and get a closer look. Is it wiggling? Maybe, heaven forbid, pick it up and see what it is. And then tell the world what's going on. I don't know. That seems more like a scientific approach to me, although I'm not a scientist. All right, for the sake of the weird story, I'm just going to say that they're worms. We like to keep it weird around here. Raining flowers isn't as funny. I did a little Google search for weird things that have rained from the sky, just to sort of give you a further flavor of this, because some strange things have rained from the sky. It says raw meat fell from the sky in Virginia in 2012. Some pieces of poultry landed on the head of a teenager in the middle of a horseback riding lesson. Imagine. They think it might have been buzzards. Fish have fallen from the sky. Yes, typically fish are scooped up by water spouts, and they are dropped in bunches. This sort of thing happened in Texarkana, Texas in 2021, and in the Australian town of Lajamanu in 2010. Blood has fallen from the sky, it says. In 2001, a weird red blood rain fell over the Indian state of Kerala. The cause of the mysterious event has stumped scientists to this day. Where did the blood come from? I know, it's flying vampires overhead that threw up, right? Sharks fell from the sky before. Yeah, in 2012, a leopard shark fell onto a Southern California golf course. The Marshall found it and brought it back to the ocean. Good for you, Marshall. Worms, it says worms. Again, another instance of worms. Water spouts were thought to be the cause of about 100 worms that fell onto a group of students during gym class in 2011. Golf balls have fallen from the sky. Come on, that's not weird, man. Golf balls fall from the sky every day all over the place. Driving ranges, bro. You live near a driving range? Golf balls falling from the sky is going to be part of your life. Probably going to land on top of your Mazda and cause some damage. What's your deductible? Researchers have discovered a potential cure for the peanut allergy. Yay! It's the sound of science that helps Jonesy. Finally, researchers diving in to the old peanut allergy syndrome. I love it. This is a good future for me. Could be. I'm allergic to a lot of different nuts. Let's learn these potential treatments for nut allergies, and maybe Jonesy can enjoy some Nutella sometime down the road. This story is out of Indianapolis, and I'm so grateful. A team of Indiana researchers may have found a way to prevent deadly allergic reactions to peanuts. The Indiana University School of Medicine. Round of applause for the Indiana University School of Medicine. Join me, guys. Woo! Woo! Way to make my life better! Indiana. The researchers have found a way to block anaphylaxis caused by peanut allergies. The idea is to give people a medicine that can block their antibodies from even recognizing peanuts. Isn't that amazing? How often do I have to take this medicine? Is it like the vaccine where in the beginning they were like, just take one vaccine, and now they're like, well, I'll take one every week. Not doing that. Here's a quote from Nada Alacras, who is the lead author and a graduate student in the Department of Biochemistry and Molecular Biology. And I just want to give a shout out to Nada. I'm sorry I butchered your name, but you're trying to save my life, and I just love you. Where do you live? I'm sending flowers. Here's a quote from Nada. The inhibitor prevented allergic reactions for more than 2 weeks when given before allergen exposure. The inhibitor also prevented fatal anaphylaxis and attenuated allergic reactions when given soon after the onset of symptoms. I have no idea what Nada just said, but I think it's good. I think it means, I don't know, Reese's Pieces in my future? I think that's what Nada just said. These researchers say that the findings could be life-changing, no doubt. Here's another quote from someone named Mark, who's a PhD chair of the Department of Microbiology and Immunology. Way to go, Mark. For those people, it's not only the danger of this, but the impact on the quality of their life of having to try and avoid such things, which can be difficult at times. Yeah, it can be very difficult at times, Mark Kaplan. Have you ever been to Indonesia, or as I like to call it, Candle Nut Island? They put the candle nut in everything, all the foods over there when I was in Bali. It got to the point where I went to a restaurant and I would have to say, nah, screw the menu. Just tell me the 2 things that don't have candle nut in it. That's all I can eat. Now it says here, Mark's team of miracle workers and just straight up good people doing good science. They hope to start the human trials within the next few years. Few years? What are you waiting for? Now! You got some initial research that looks promissory. Just get into it, man. Researchers are continuing further research in animal models to evaluate efficacy and toxicity before moving on to the clinical trials with human beings. All right, yeah, you do have to find out if it's toxic. This guy, Mark, says if the drug is approved, his team can start looking into treating other allergies or even treating a broad range of immune diseases overall. Wonderful, wonderful, because I know a lot of people who have allergies to all kinds of stuff. Sometimes they're very, very weird and specific. You'll meet someone who's like, I'm allergic to just the skin of the kumquat. You're like, what? The skin? Yeah, just the skin of the kumquat. Oh, boy, wow. Crazy. Well, don't eat that. Well, just overall, just want to say the future looks like it might be bright because science in some areas is actually doing productive things, not just wasting our money finding out what sort of music a whale shark likes. This is great. A lot of you sent me this article, by the way, and I appreciate that. That was because you care. You care about me and you care about my life, man. You care about my life, man, and I appreciate that. And I just want to know if the researchers are listening and you need some extra human volunteers, that I'm up for it. So just let me know where I need to go. I'll bring my Snickers and I'll see you there. You like podcasts? You're listening to my podcast. Maybe you thought to yourself, I'd like to make a podcast.
Too difficult? No, not with Anchor. Anchor has free creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast from your phone or your computer. Anchor distributes your podcast to Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, and more. They have advertising integration, so you can even make a little money off your podcast. Everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. And good luck with your podcast. Good luck with your creation. Good luck with your life, man.
Yay! A man is suing Buffalo Wild Wings, claiming their boneless wings are actually chicken nuggets. Ugh, cheap chicken nuggets, not real boneless wings. A man filed a class action lawsuit against Buffalo Wild Wings for their, quote, boneless wings. Their boneless wings are delicious. This guy's name is Ayman Halim. Sounds like he's trying to get some easy money here. Sounds like he's got a lot of time on his hands. Just enjoy their boneless wings, bro, and move on with your life. What the hell is wrong with people? This guy claims that the restaurant chain's boneless wings aren't actually wings, but are more similar to chicken nuggets. So what? Chicken nuggets, in case you don't know, also delicious. Ayman says in a complaint, these products are not wings at all, but instead they are slices of chicken breast meat deep fried like wings. Indeed, the products are more akin in composition to a chicken nugget rather than a chicken wing. It's more like a nugget. I don't see a wing. I ordered a whole plate and none of them could fly. That's not a wing thing to me. You got to be able to fly if you have wings, right? Everything with a wing can fly. Not these. Therefore, nuggets. Now, this loser's complaining that the restaurant is committing false advertising. Of all the things in the world to complain about, bro. You know, there's chicken nuggets out there, in case you don't know, that aren't even real chicken meat. How about we complain about that? Now, that is a crime. To claim that you're a chicken nugget and you're not even chicken, straight up crime. I welcome a class action lawsuit, but not in this instance. Here we have this idiot Ayman Hamelin is seeking damages and injunctive relief, among other things. I don't know what injunctive relief means, but I don't know what kind of damages you're going to try and push forward. Oh, I'm so damaged by the existence of these boneless wings that no one forced me to eat. I assume you voluntarily ordered them from Buffalo Wild Wings, sir. And I defy you to tell me that they're not delicious. I've had them on multiple occasions. They are wonderful delicacies. When it comes into the whole pantheon of boneless wings, and we can even throw nuggets into that category, the ones from Buffalo Wild Wings are stupendous, bro. Stupendous. You need to step down and get a life. Yay! Would you like to easily create and distribute a podcast everywhere, even earn money all in one place for free? Well, try Spotify for Podcasters. Record and edit on your phone or computer. You can send it to Spotify and everywhere podcasts are heard. They even have video podcasting options as well. Spotify for Podcasters allows you to earn money with ads and subscriptions. Best of all, it's free. Try it. Download Spotify for Podcasters or go to spotify.com/podcasters to get started. And good luck with your podcast. Good luck with your life, man. Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining me for this episode of Weird AF News. I'm your host, Jonesy, and I appreciate your time and your support and your loyal listenership. If you haven't subscribed to the podcast and you enjoy it, please do that. We do 5-day-a-week weird news, just FYI. On Friday, we only do weird news from Florida, just to give you an idea of the sort of stuff I'm doing in this closet over here, so you're not hoodwinked by hoodwinked. Who uses that word? Pfft, apparently me. I'm like a 75-year-old man under here, I think. That's what's going on. You are an old soul, Jonesy. Yes, I've been told I'm an old soul. Anyways, if you'd like to support the show, please do so by telling a friend about it. Yeah, that's a great way to do it. Tell the person that you're sharing a jail cell with, your arresting officer, or your mistress. Yeah, let them all know. Weird AF News, that's the way to go if you want weird news. It's the only daily weird news podcast in existence, and you can listen to it on all podcast players. Please consider subscribing and telling a friend. If you want to support the show, go to weirdafnews.com. And there are ways that you can support with a little bit of cash. If you'd like to buy Jonesy a coffee every month, you can do that there. Click on Buy Me a Coffee or join the Patreon from there. I'll see you tomorrow, as I always do. If you want to send me an article in the meantime, it's funnyjones@gmail.com. And if you would like to call the show, 646-450-2012. Thank you.